Oh, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Scotty. You watching OFFScript. Listen, all morning I will be doing film breakdowns. Okay, I will be picking new commits, probably some players on the team, but mostly new commits, and breaking down their film. Now, listen, there's one rule. There's one rule when you're watching football film, and that is the eye in the sky never lies. So please do not be. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Because listen, the eye in the sky never lies. Okay, so all we're doing is just watching what we're watching, and I'm watching what you're watching, and we're just gonna come up with an assessment of ourselves. Okay, so it is what it is. But hey, make sure you like the stream. All 34 people in here. Okay. Also, later tonight, I got that bad girl, Kiva, the captain of the Golden Girls. All right, from Alcorn State. She will be in the building tonight. So make sure y'all tune into that at 7 o'clock. All right. Now let's get into this film breakdown. And you know me, I'll be taking calls afterwards. Keep it short and sweet because I'm not trying to be on here that long for a film breakdown. If you just have some opinions, or if you have some thoughts, or if you disagree with me. All right. So let me go ahead and open the call lines up. You know, when you hear the white girl voice, call lines is open.
You are the only participant in the conference.
What's going on, everybody? Morning. Yeah. Hey, that's that New York. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's get it going. I'm gonna get right into it. All right, film breakdown. All right, let me see here. View, enter full screen. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Bam. All right, we're about to get into this film breakdown. Now, mind you, this is a highly touted commit. I mean, when this news was breaking that he was coming to Jackson, it was huge. All right, it was absolutely huge. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, this is all coaches copy film. This ain't TV copy. This is coaches copy. I do this. All right, so let's get it. This is him. All right. This is your guy. Let's see. I don't. Let me see. Let me let this run. Let's see the back. This is him right here. I don't see any burst. Like, and maybe it's me, or maybe it's, you know, the expectation seeing James Houston play the same position, and from somebody coming from Florida State, like, I don't see the burst off the line. It looks like it looked like he's playing patty cake with the, like, there's no aggression. There's no force of will. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm running. And he looks very, very stiff. Let's continue on. Let's continue on. This is him. All right. This is him up top. That's a good move. That's a good move. I like the push and pull. I definitely like the push and pull. I see the power that he can possibly, he's right here. I see the power in which he can play with that push and pull. Let me go back a little bit. There's power. Like, that's a big guy. This is a big guy. And for him to be able to grab and yank him down like that, he has tremendous power in his hands. So that is a plus that I'm seeing with Griff. He's right here again, down here at the bottom. If he spoke like this is where I'm gonna get, and I gotta agree with Sean. It all depends on what they're teaching, because if they're teaching him to contain, okay, so if you know anything about Randy Gregory, right? When Randy Gregory was coming out of Nebraska, I think it was Nebraska. When he was coming out of Nebraska, he didn't get a lot of sacks because his first job was to read and then react to go get the ball. So he would have to hold his D lineman up to make sure the run wasn't coming, then shed and go get the quarterback. My thing is this: if they're asking him to do that, then okay, maybe, but I'm not seeing a violent attack to the ball. I'm not seeing hand placement. I'm not seeing a bend. All I'm seeing is a big guy running forward. Like, that's all I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a big guy run straight. Here he is again right here. Like, okay, and the reason I don't think it's contained, because this guy over here, he trying to win. You see the moves, like, okay, like, I want y'all, this is what I'm saying. Compare this guy, right? I want y'all to focus on this guy. Compare this guy to what this guy is doing. And he looks like he's trying to win. Watch the hand swipes, watch the moves, the violent hand swipes. He's trying to get to the quarterback, right? I'm not seeing the same aggression on this side. He just does it, like, either he doesn't have the moves or he just lacks the aggression. Here he is down here at the bottom. Here he is again right here. Here he is right here at the bottom. See, he plays with so much power, and you can see it. Like, he has in his hands, like, he's a great, like, I can see him being a great run stuffer, right? Here he goes right here. Look at the power in which he plays with. And this is a tight end. Okay, like, you see, I mean, like, literally slung this boy to the ground. So you see he has the power, but to me, he only has a push and pull. Like, that's all he has in his arsenal. And then at the same time, he's not even focused on where the ball carrier is. He's so focused on his man that he doesn't try to shed his man to get to the ball carrier. He just sheds his man. Look, his head is not turned. He's not looking for the ball. He's just focused on anything. Like, he's trying to prove a point, bro. Like, tackle the guy. Like, you trying to be Mr. Muscle, man. You supposed to tackle this guy. You focused on the tight end. You don't care nothing about the ball. Okay. Up top right here. Here he is again. Up top here. Oh, nice. See, he plays with. Okay, so this is why I think he'll be a great run stuffer, right? Because if you here he is again. This is why I think he'll be a great run stuffer. I don't think he'll be a great pass rusher, but I think he'll be an awesome run stuffer, right? Because look how he plays with his hands when he gets contact. Watch how he boom. You know what I'm saying? Like he can throw you off. Now the issue with this is the tackle technically won because you didn't drive him anywhere. Okay, so let me say, like, he didn't drive him back and then move him. The tackle actually moved him back. So if we're being honest, and let me blow this up. If we're being honest, right? If they were running on the backside of this, right? If they're running a backside cut right here, the tackle did his job. You know, like that, like this is, you see what I'm saying? The tackle did his job. You know what I'm saying? Look at this hole right here. So there's cutback room because he needs to seal this. He can't get pushed back here, right? Look at where they started. Look at where they started and look at where they finished. You see what I'm saying? Like he won. The tackle won this. All right. So he needs to learn how to hold his ground, right? If you're going to play with power, hold your ground, drive into the player, and then do that push and pull he likes to do. But he has to hold, but at the end of the day, the tackle won this. Even though at the end of it, it looks like he lost, the tackle definitely won this because this cutback lane is there. Like you see, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get my point. All right, he's up here, right here. Yee. That's an ole. Here he is again, right here. That's an old. I can't. There's nothing you can say about that. Moment's too big. You know what I'm saying? Piss down your leg. You know, worship Buddha on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's just Coach 30, right? That's Coach 30 written all over that. That's not a good look. Next play. All right, here he is up top. See what okay, this is perfect, right? But it's with a tight end, but it's still great. And this is what I want y'all to focus on. What he's doing with this tight end is what I was asking him to do against the tackle, right? Watch how he plays with power and holds his spot. Plays with power. He not moved. That's what you need to do. That's playing with power, right? But he's holding them. But he has to make this this is the issue. He's so focused on, if you can see, he's so focused on, being powerful. He's so focused on being powerful that he doesn't try to release his arm to get the holding call. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be so strong that he has to show the ref he's being held to try to get the ball carrier, but he's not doing that. He's so focused on driving that guy back. But if he does that with the tackle a couple plays ago, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? You hold your position, you drive him in, you try to make that reach to the running back, and you get that holding call. But like I said, he just wants to play power. Hey, got you, 88. Appreciate you, my boy. Yeah. Listen, bro. This is, okay. Let me be 100 with you. I have every snap. I can play literally every snap the kid has ever taken, and they're all going to look the same. I lie to you not. You know what? If you think I'm lying, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you probably think I'm lying. So let's do this. Since you think I'm lying, let me show you something. Since you want to play, I can show you better than I can tell you. And CFL, I know you in here, right? So when I bring this up, please, if CFL, if you in here, I know Sean, I know you in here. I know people who know about Pro Football Focus. When I bring this up, I want you to explain to people in the chat what this means. I want you to call in and tell me if I'm lying. I just want you to tell me if I'm lying. Let me see. All right. So explain when I bring this up. I want you to explain to people what this means. All right. This is all I'm going to do. Since you think I'm lying, since people want to think I want to see the kid do bad, but you know, it is what it is. Tell me what, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? You see his name right here, right? You see his name right here. Please explain to the people. Please explain to the people what that means. This is from Pro Football Focus. This is from Pro Football Focus. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. So everybody who knows football, who knows what Pro Football Focus is, please let them know what this means. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Babe, am I frozen? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. So you can say whatever else you want to. You can say whatever else you want to talk about me. Oh, Scotty, you just showing all the negative plays. I actually am picking the best plays I saw from all his clips. All right, so don't play me. I'm not here to bash it. I'm doing my job, okay? Don't come for me. I did not send for you. All right, so let's get back to where I was. Okay, let's get back to where I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted. All right, since my boy thinks I'm out here trying to lie. All right, back to the film. All right. Next up. This is him up here. This is him up here. He has, I'm sorry. Like, this is just bad hands. He doesn't have any hands. Like, you can tell he's a power player. Like, he's used to beating up on people. That's what you can tell when DNs don't have any moves or any swipes or any hand placement, right? Because what people don't understand about DNs have to have great hand placement, or you play with so much power that people can't stop you. And I think he's used to playing with so much power that he would overcompensate that on certain tackles and DNs or whatever. He would just blow them up. But you can see this is Notre Dame. All right. Now, you ain't gonna get no line in the SWAC that is good as Notre Dame. So let's just be very clear about that. This is Notre Dame. They get them big white boys from Indiana who be throwing hate all day, right? So, but what I'm saying is, even if you're not going to win this battle, which probably he wasn't, show me the hand placement. Show me the quick step. Show me the shuffle. Show me the setup. There's no setup to this. It's just run and put my hand up and push. There's no setup. There's no bend. It's just he's an okay DN. He's just an okay DN, in my opinion. If I'm watching film, here he is at the bottom. Here he is again. Now, if anybody can remember, right? I know a lot of you guys saw that the play against Georgia and Michigan, right? When the DN, I think it was Will Anderson, blows up the guard pulling. But what I want y'all to kind of understand is, and I wish I could pull that play up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Or if you do know what I'm talking about, you can pull it up yourself. How he plays this, right, is from what I've been told, and please correct me if I'm wrong. If I don't blow this up with you don't blow this play up with your inside shoulder. You blow this play up with you don't blow this up with your outside shoulder. You blow it up with your inside shoulder. Why? Because if I blow this, let me blow myself up, right? If I blow this tackle up on my inside shoulder, right? I keep my outside arm free, and I can shuffle and get the tackle. Because remember, the guy is coming at me like this. If I go in like this, how can I get back out? You see what I'm saying? That's the only issue with this for me, is that he uses the wrong shoulder to take on the guard. And if this running back had the ball, there's no way he could make this tackle because he doesn't have the outside. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I know I went crazy. He's not keeping his outside arm for containment. Yeah, I'm saying? So he uses that in. See what I'm saying? That's not how you're supposed to take this, because if the running back kept the ball, he can't see the ball. He can't see anybody out here. So just a little stuff like that. All right, last play. Here he is up top. See the power he plays with? Like, that is his calling card. He is strong as an ox. Like, he literally tosses this tight end. Like, look at this. He's still using the wrong shoulder. But watch out the end. He just tosses the dude. He just tosses him. So that is Big Griff. Oh, my bad, guys. I don't want to get y'all numbers in there. All right. That is Big Griff. All right. Call in real quick. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? This is Styles calling again from Charlotte, man.
Talk to me.
So I see you over here breaking down Josh Griffis' film and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Florida State fan as well, too. So I kind of wanted to kind of give the show some insight on my perspective of Josh, but also him as a player as well, too.
Hey, and also give me some perspective on the scheme. Just a little bit, of the scheme that you guys kind of run, but go ahead into it. Go into it. This is gonna be a great call.
So we actually run. So Florida State now, if you look at us, we run a more of a nickel scheme. So we run a 4-2-5.
Okay.
And one of the things that I will say about Josh. So Josh, as you've been breaking down the film, he will definitely he'll be another body. All right. So as far as the Jackson State fan, I wouldn't necessarily look at his PFF?
Yeah, PFF. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. It's kind of hard to judge him because, all right, so at Florida State, one of our biggest issues for the past couple of seasons now, we're coming off of being a 5-7, is now we haven't had good defensive end rushing. So as far as him getting to the passer, I don't necessarily think he'll give you that aspect as like James Houston from the Florida DN transfer that came in. I do think he'll be better in the running game because as you've been breaking down, he's more of a strength guy.
Yeah,
so he can probably contain the edge for you. But as far as being a pass rusher, I don't know, because as you've been breaking it down, he hasn't made a move yet, man.
He said he hasn't made a move yet.
Hey, I'm still looking for a move, man. it's pretty it's not the best film. So when you're looking at him as far as film, you might not see any positives, but I definitely think he'll contribute to the running game.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as just being that DM pass rusher, it probably won't happen. So I wouldn't expect the same type of numbers that you got from James Houston.
Yeah, and when I was watching the film, I think that was the biggest thing that jumped out to me was the lack of foot speed. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're playing with James Houston gets off the line so fast, he retraces so fast, and he doesn't have a high motor. He's not a high motor kind of player. Like even Isaiah Land, he doesn't have the best moves, but he's a high motor player, so he can get off the ball, he can run you down. I think, and somebody said it in the comments, I think he's a D tackle. If I'm being honest, I think you got to put him at D tackle, or maybe like a shaded nose or something like that, to where it's just straight power. You can't move. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't move him from the point of attack.
The kid doesn't have any bend, man. I mean, the things that you look for in the defensive end, he doesn't have those prerequisite skills. He doesn't have the bend. He doesn't have the speed off the ball, and he has strength, but he doesn't have enough strength to counter his weaknesses and his moves. Now, I'm not knocking the kid or anything. He was a great locker room guy at Florida State, but I don't see him being the star for the Jackson State defense next year. So I would definitely say he'll get some playing time, but he won't be as impactful as some people think. Just because he's coming from Florida State, you got to look at our records for the past couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing has actually been our defense, and when he played for Florida State, if you look at his stats, it was actually more so last year, which was our worst defensive team that I believe we've had in school history. And then also his PFF grades, he was also in the later part of the games where the offensive line, you're not necessarily playing the ones or twos, you might be playing the third string guy. So his pass rushing grade looks a little bit better than what it actually would be if he was going up ones first one.
Hey man, you're good, man. Hey, appreciate the call, my boy. Thank you so much for the insight.
No problem, man. Right. Take care.
You too. Hey, Corey, you live? Talk to me.
Yeah, I think that we need to look a little further down the road. I think he had 3 years eligibility left, but what I saw is that based on he doesn't have a lot of moves, but Jackson State, they're a blitz happy team. So the first couple plays he showed was from Georgia Tech. He was double teamed 4 to 5 plays, taking on two big tackles, the tackler and a guard, or a tackler and a tight end. But if he can occupy his space and hold his contain, then you've got your Plius and then your Aubrey Millers and Baron Hopkins coming through there. So there's a place for him, but he's got 3 years left of eligibility. Nobody, even Travis Hunter, with all the bells and whistles coming in, they're looking at projectability, but they're not. And the SWAC is not Notre Dame. The SWAC ain't Georgia Tech, and the SWAC ain't North Carolina. And we all say, and can agree on this, that it's the trench play of the offensive line and defensive line of the SWAC is so damn bad. So what may not look great against Notre Dame or North Carolina, is PV gonna be able to block that? And not arguing about it, but just look, he's got 3 years of eligibility.
It's nothing. It's really nothing to argue. Like playing somebody with power so playing somebody with power, you either have to have a tackle that knows how to sit, like, take that bull rush, or, you give him a wide bend, you know what I'm saying? So you give him a wide bend that he can run around. I won't say, I cannot say, I can either confirm nor deny that can the SWAC block him. But what I will say is that SWAC teams are getting more measurable Power 5 players. So I've seen a lot more 6'6", 310, 315 guys coming into the SWAC. I've seen a lot more 6'5", 300-pound guys coming into the SWAC. I don't see these 6'4", 270 guys that much. You know what I'm saying? The portal has been really good to SWAC offensive linemen. And once again, I'm not saying they can block. I'm not saying that at all. All right. I'm just saying they're big bodies. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have they're going to either have he's going to either have an opportunity to show what he can do, or they're going to show him what they can do. That's how football works, and we'll see that on the field. But to me, with the blitzing scheme that they do have, if I'm being 100% honest, I would not have him as the DN, because at the end of the day, he does not have the foot speed to impact. Like when you're blitzing, he might hold up a body. Absolutely. He'll hold up a body. But to me, in my opinion, he doesn't have the foot speed to impact to where you wouldn't run at him. You wouldn't, like with James Houston. James was so fast that you didn't have a chance to read option him, because he was damn near in the backfield before you could blink. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had to double team him. I think with Griff, even being coached up, I still don't think he has the foot speed to really impact, to be an edge impact player. So that's where because his power is dope. His push and pull is great, but the foot speed aspect to me is where he lacks. For me, that's my opinion.
I think he's a little bit a more polished version of Niles Gaddy.
Oh, you are wrong. Oh, you are. I would take Niles Gaddy over him any day of the week. Because of the motor. Niles Gaddy has a motor you can't teach. Niles Gaddy has a foot speed you can't teach. I don't want a guy running a 4.9 or 5 flat playing DN like that. I'll take Niles Gaddy over him because I know Niles Gaddy is fast enough to beat a tackle. Griff is not fast enough to beat a tackle off speed. I would take Niles Gaddy over just off a motor alone, because everything that you're trying to teach Griff, I can teach Niles Gaddy. Niles Gaddy didn't have a lot of moves. Griff don't have a lot of moves. Niles Gaddy is 6'7". Griff is 6'5". Niles Gaddy has more bend than Griff at 6'6", 6'7". Like, so, and I'm gonna take a faster guy. So I would work with Niles Gaddy before I work with Josh Griff. That's my personal opinion. I would move Griff to D tackle and keep Niles at end, and I'll just teach Niles, better hand placement, more speed, bend better, and he'll be successful.
So would you compare Florida State scheme that we were just watching right there to sort of like Jackson State? Niles Gaddy was pretty much in charge of kind of taking contain while Houston wreak havoc on the other side. Well, I mean, would that be a fair argument?
I think that Houston was so impactful. Like, you gotta listen, Houston was such a game wrecker that they honestly could have put me on the right end, and they probably still would have. No lie, bro. Like, you could put me at the right end and have it's still been successful, still win 11-1, because all I gotta do, like you said, is be a body. Because with the blitzing, we're gonna bring more than you can block, but you're so focused on blocking James Houston that you can't rely any other assets to the blitzes. So that's what it was. It was just over leveraging in certain aspects. You either gonna go one-on-one with Houston, or you're gonna double team Houston and you're gonna let one of these backers come free. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's a numbers game.
Okay, with that being said, so you got players coming in, which, and I'm going to say, like you ain't gonna replace James Houston. Best thing you can do is find the next best thing.
Yeah. So
where Jackson State has to rely on the defense, and they do have to have good bodies. So if you've got players where he's playing, coming in from the linebacker and he's attacking or putting him at a defense where it's Houston, worst case scenario, projectability, you've got somebody who is strong enough to command a double team at a Power 5 level.
No, he's not. I'm gonna be 100% real with you, Mr. Corey. I would not double team. I would never double team Josh Griff. He's not that. His foot speed doesn't listen. He doesn't have, like, as of right now. Let me be very clear in saying this, because I don't know if they're gonna coach him, how well they're gonna coach him up and get ready for the season. At this point, right now, if we went out to play, I would never send a double team his way. Matter of fact, I would run option on him all day long, because he does not have the foot speed to keep up with anything. So I would
Georgia Tech did it 4 out of the 5 plays that you played. If you go back and watch.
That might be the way. That might be. Listen. That might be the way the line was shifted and slanted. Like if they're running that way, moving that way, if the guard doesn't have anybody over top of them, I'm gonna go help the tackle. That's just a natural thing. You do that, right? That's what offensive linemen do. If nobody's over top of me, I keep my head on the swivel. Okay, let me go help out my tackle. That's cool. But what I will say is, if I was playing and Josh Griffis was on that field, I'm read optioning him every single time. He does not have the foot speed to read and retrace like a James Houston. So I'm actually going to go at you because I want to put you in a vulnerable position to where you can't use your strength. You have to use your foot speed, which you do not have.
All right, I'm gonna sound like Coach Green right here. One last thing, Scott. So, okay. All right, let's agree to disagree on this part. Well, I don't know if we're going to do either or. But one thing about it is this: Jackson State's talent level at the SWAC or playing the FCS is that you've got enough talent across the front or in the front seven that where a team, you know how South Carolina State had to scheme James Houston out of it and did a great job at it. Okay, there's enough talent up front to where we're going to see what he really is, because if you got Katron Evans and Miller up there, you're going to have to account for those. Then you're also going to have to always know what Aubrey Miller is next year. Always know what that dude is. Mm-hmm. And so I think we're going to get a better chance to see what he really is, to where teams are going to have to focus on those other guys, and then let's see him at this level, which might have to happen to see, how is he going to grow in the next 3 years when everybody, you got to deal with Jackson State's front seven, and not, which I'm not saying that like Notre Dame, anybody had to worry about him, but let's see how he grows into that, because Weeks looks like he did a good job, on the defensive line. I mean, would you agree with that?
I definitely disagree. Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let you go. You're looking at it as an overall thing, right? Let's break this thing down. Let's keep it a whole buck. If you took the whole Florida State D line, right, and put it in the SWAC, drop it on Jackson State, drop it on Jackson State, I'm still not double teaming Josh Griffis. Just doesn't make sense to. And they got more talent than half the teams in the SWAC. Can we say that? Can we say that? But you got to think about it like this too. You got True Thompson, and you got two of the four. Like I said, I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. You're asking me a question. Listen, if I took the whole Florida State line and moved it in the SWAC, I'm still not double teaming Josh Griffis. And they're more talented than a lot of old lines. The only old line I would put up against them is Southern. I'm like, Southern can hold their own with Jatier Carter and all them boys. I feel they can hold their own. A lot of other teams cannot hold their own. You know what I'm saying? Alabama A&M wouldn't be able to hold their own. I would put that whole Florida State line. Listen, I'm telling you. I'll put that whole Florida State line against Alabama A&M's offensive line of last year, and I'm still not double teaming Josh Griffis. I'm standing on that. If anything, I'm running at him because I know you don't have the foot speed. I know you don't. I'm not saying he doesn't have the power. I'm not saying he's not a great body. What I'm saying is I'm gonna make a bird swim. You don't know how to. You don't have the foot speed. So you're not going to be able to keep up with me when I do an option play or a read op. You're not going to be able to. You're not.
Did you get any tape of him at Hutchinson Junior College or Garden City? Did you get any of that JUCO tape?
Nah. JUCO tape is real. Like some JUCO tape is hard to find, but coach's tape is hard to find in JUCO.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Keep it up.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. Sorry about the wait.
No, you good, Scotty. This Armand again. Yeah, dog. Like big country. The hype on it. The what y'all got? This guy is not that guy. Like I'm just gonna keep it a band with you. He is not that guy. Like as a defensive end, and if you look at him, you're supposed to have either power and then transfer that power to speed, or speed and transfer to power. And he can only do one. And if you out in the film that you just shown has shown this man every time he's done a push-pull technique, it's been against tight end. He tried it against the tackles, it didn't work. He tried, and at this point, I'm looking at the guy going, "Can y'all stop with the hype train, please? Like, please, like, stop it." The guy came from an FBS school, Florida State. If he was that good, he will still be at Florida State. He's not that guy. So let's chill out on the hype
All
train.
right, so let me stop you. Let me stop you right there, Armand, because a lot, like, I know the pushback going to get is like a lot of players who are really good are leaving different schools. So that's gonna be automatic. They don't care nothing you just said. They're gonna hone in on that one part and say you don't know what you're talking about, because great players and good players have left their schools and gone other places. You know what I'm saying? So don't even make that assessment, because they're gonna cream you in the comments for it. My thing is this: I absolutely agree with you. I love how you said that you either have power that converts to speed or speed that converts to power, because there's some more film that I've watched, but I ain't gonna get into it right now. There's a guy who was playing DN and was he was moving so fast and he got under the O lineman's pads, and with the speed that he had, got the O lineman off balance, and he just pushed him. Like it wasn't even like he was really that powerful. It was just the speed that got him moving, and it turned him, and he got underneath of his pass and pushed him. So I love what you're saying, that power go to speed or speed go to power. That's absolutely dope. And the thing, my biggest thing is this, right? My biggest thing is this: to be so powerful as he is, I didn't see a bull rush. Like, I can show you, listen, bro, from every snap I've watched the Griff, he has never done a bull rush. And that, to me, I think that will probably be his best move. His best technique is simply putting his face mask in the middle of somebody's chest and bench pressing them and saying, "I'm taking you back to the quarterback." I think that would be his best technique, but go ahead.
Like, even if you said that, like, I still would, like you said previously, I still wouldn't double team the guy. I would run read option on him, because his footwork, like his motor is complete and utter. Like, it is not there. Like, every play that you've shown, I'm sitting there like, even the times where it wouldn't even be like he got blocked in the field. Even the times where he was man up against the guy and the play is, 5 yards away, he don't turn back around and keep running. Like, he doesn't have a motor. Mm-hmm. And that's something, like, I think most people don't really understand when it comes to defensive end and offensive line, is as a defensive end, you always have to have a motor.
High motor.
You always have to get to that point of going back to get into, it's called pursuit.
Yeah.
If you ever heard somebody say they have a pursuit drill, you have to be able to get back to that point where you're able to get to the tackle. And if you're not doing that as a defensive lineman, you're getting chewed out. And I'm sitting there looking at this guy, I'm like, bro, no, he's not. Like, I think he's a good run stuffer, but you can't have a run stuffer at the end. I don't think he's that, but because his leverage is so freaking poor as a defensive end, I wouldn't put him on the inside, because he would get blocked all day Sunday. Like, I don't know where to place the guy, because he has too high of a leverage. He has the power to stop, but it's only against tight ends. When he's blocking against tackles and guards and they pulling on him, his technique is bad, or the film that you've shown is not that good. So I'm looking at it and going, I don't know where to place him as a defensive tackle or a defensive end. Place him as a 4-eye, a head of 4. I don't know where to place him, and that's not a good thing to have, because especially as a DN, I have to be able to place you somewhere. Mm-hmm. And what it looks like is he's been placed on the right side of the ball, like, as in he's only going against right tackle.
Which should be you should be winning. You should be winning. Like, we all know you put your best athlete at left tackle because of the, blind side. We all understand that. But the fact that he's going against right tackles and is not dominating, or I won't even say dominating, like, really giving them the work. Like, I would look, this is my thing, Armand. I'm gonna let you go after this. My thing is this. Yeah. If you would have just shown me the effort and passion of trying to get to the quarterback, I would have been like, you know, I can work with that. You know what I'm saying? Like even with a Niles Gaddy, like Niles doesn't. It feels like Griff just stops at something. Like his motor just like it never goes over second gear. Like it starts up, it goes, and then it just stops. And with Niles, even with Niles not having the moves, he gets to fourth and fifth gear just off sheer will. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to keep trying until I get to it. I can deal with a player like that. I just don't know like where you put a kid that his motor just stops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
And that's what I'm looking at. I don't know where you put him if his motor, he doesn't have a motor. He only has power. He doesn't convert to speed. He looks like he's a tough guy, which is good, but what I'm looking at is I think he just needs to be on all fours, but I don't think I could put him as a defensive lineman. And so I'm sitting there as a coach, and I'm sitting there looking at Jackson State going, I'm glad y'all got somebody to commit, but where do we put him?
Yeah. Hey,
and that's the problem.
Hey,
that's the problem.
Nah, you good, man. Appreciate the call, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take two more callers. And I'm out of here. I got to do a lot more film breakdowns. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, what's going on? Hey, I had seen your other film breakdown the other day. You did a good job on that. But one thing I wanted to say about, you know, big country, whatnot, I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a lot more difficult for the defense on Jackson State this year because James Houston was so dominant. He kind of took away a lot of flaws that some of the secondary had.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, you know, I think now Gaddy, it would be safe to assume he's going to kind of assume the position because of his speed.
Yeah.
But I don't see like, because I don't think Big Country is going to dominate. You know what I mean? Because you could possibly put him at containment. I don't even know if he should start. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you got some problems there. You know, I mean, I think the secondary is going to kind of improve from last year, from a whole season together. But it's going to be some issues if they don't get another dog edge rusher, like a game breaker. Like I know it's not. I don't know if this is possible still. If they would have committed and got locked in on Shamar Stewart, that would have been excellent.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? But currently, it's going to be some issues, man. Unless they got a surprise commit coming in that I don't see yet. I don't know, but it's not. I think you did good on the film breakdown, man. Like he's a average contained end at best.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, bro.
No doubt.
All right, last caller. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, let me cut this TV down and get some required real quick. Hey, Scotty, I want to say, hey, this breakdown analysis of the film is real dope. I appreciate it as, someone who's not a professional or who don't analyze sports like this. This is a great breakdown for me because I want to learn this stuff. So absolutely, shout out. Thanks for this. I'm calling to go a little bit off script because my wife's taking me out to a concert tonight, so I won't be able to make the show tonight. And I wanted to say, I just wanted to give a shout out to Kivia. I really want to be there to talk about it. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm a huge band nerd, and her line and her team were phenomenal. It was completely outstanding. They blew everybody out of the water this year. They had a great season. So you're going to have an amazing guest tonight. And I just want to give her a shout out. I hope you can pass that along for me tonight.
I surely will.
Hey, yeah, man, it's going to be amazing. And I just want to say, hey, man, good stuff. I'm glad to see you bringing some of the experience, the band and the dance stuff that goes along with the football.
No problem, man. Appreciate the support, man. Peace.
Hey, have a good night.
And also enjoy your dinner, man. Enjoy your dinner with your wife, man. Real talk. Shout out to you. Hey, once again, you already know Kiva in the building tonight, 7:00. Hey, listen, next film breakdown probably be at 11:15, 11:30. It's going to be an Alabama A&M player. And then after that, it's going to be a FAMU player. And then after that, it's going to be a Grambling player. All right. And then we're going to end it like that. I do have film on the new offensive lineman at Jackson State. And also, CFL, you said you couldn't find no film on True Johnson. I got it. Coach's copy, baby. All right. So I'll probably do that some other time. All right. But yeah, so next up, Alabama A&M. After that, FAMU, and then after that, Grambling. All right, that's how we going. That's how we gonna keep it rolling. So I'll be back on here about maybe 11:30 noonish. All right, to make sure everything gets going. But until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holla. God bless. True Thompson. There you go. True Thompson. Yeah, I got it.